What's up, guys? This is Coach Cam back again with another workout this week. This is the part 2 of the workout split I've been doing starting last week. First exercise here is dumbbell lateral raises. Sorry if I sound a little funny, I've been a little sick. Anyway, this workout went really well. I was only a couple seconds away from my best. And so this past workout and this workout, both, I either PR'd on every exercise or the exercises I did not PR on were so close that I'm calling that, a win. Compared to what I was doing before, switching and rotating exercises, and then I would see progress, but it was a little bit more random and not every workout. So this workout now, there's no overlap really between muscle groups and exercises between each workout, and every time I get a full week to recover. So, that works best for me because I'm very active on all the other days of the week because of Firefighting Academy and my job. So this is what's working for me. Not saying you need to do this, but this is what I've been found has been good thus far, and I'll keep you guys updated. So lateral raises here, slow and controlled, brief pause with the most tension at the top, lower back down slowly. A lot of people who train in the gym, they just move the weight positively and they don't slow down at all on the negative part. They just drop the weight, and what happens is gravity does the work to lower the weight. So you could say somebody who is, controlling the negative on their reps is getting twice the stimulus in a way, right? Because they're getting the lifting the weight and lowering the weight, whereas somebody who's moving fast may only be getting the lifting part stimulated. So you want to take control of the weight and move it slowly. You don't have to move it, but you want to contract your muscles. Every second you're holding a challenging resistance part of an exercise, you are recruiting muscle fibers. You are contracting the muscles. You have concentric, isometric, and eccentric types of muscle contractions. If you don't know what those are, you can Google them, or I have a video where I discuss some of that as well on my YouTube channel. Getting ready here for quad extensions. I've been at 3 plates for a long time, and today I finally did a new best. So really liking this split where I split up the muscles. This has actually been 8.5 days since my last workout, and since I last trained legs, it's been 20 days. So just think about that. How did I progress on quad extensions when I hadn't done any quad extensions or any leg exercise for that matter for 20 days? I took 12 days off until my last workout a week ago, and then now it's been another 8.5 days before this workout today. So, some people get mad at me for saying, oh, you don't lose muscle fast, or you can take days off between hard workouts, when I'm literally proving it to you by my training that it works. So I don't understand why that's so offensive, that you don't lose muscle when you take a week off, when you take 2 weeks off. We have a study that shows up to 3 weeks off, they saw a very minor amount of muscle drop. It could have even been just measurement error, right, at the 3-week mark, but it came right back when they started training again. So I'm not even sure if you can call that muscle loss, right? So maybe at 3 weeks, but likely it's more. I think it's going to take several weeks more of no training to lose muscle. You got to take into account, right, your diet, your nutrition. If you're keeping your nutrition the same, which is high protein and, maintenance calories, what's the mechanism by which you would lose muscle? It's not just trying to escape your body. The muscle's not just trying to leave you. It's metabolic tissue that you built, that it put the work in to build. So it's not trying to leave you as fast as people make it out to be. Now, yeah, if you're in a large calorie deficit, eating low protein, and you're doing a whole bunch of mechanical work, a whole bunch of endurance type training, if you start running for just miles and miles every day, like you're trying to put your body in a catabolic state, you're trying to burn muscle, lose muscle, then yeah, you probably will. But if you keep those other variables the same during your time of not training, there's not really a reason you would lose muscle. So, and my performance reflects that. There's no muscle loss, and there was a slight increase in my performance. So, let's not be afraid to take time off. If you get sick, don't be afraid to take time off. I took off, I didn't train on like the 7th day mark or so because I was dealing with the sinus infection. So I took another day and a half or so before I trained again, which is totally fine. You're not slacking, you're not lazy, you're still a disciplined athlete, and you're pushing your body harder than most people even do. So don't feel bad for taking time off. If you're sick, if you need to take time off, do it. If you're feeling under recovered, you can't seem to progress on your lifts, just takes a few extra days off. It's not gonna kill you. But we have a culture today when it comes to the gym that is close to addicted to it, right? You're almost addicted to it, and you're hooked on the things that people have told you. They've told you you're going to lose muscle, that you're going to get weaker if you don't keep training. But they measure weakness by 1 rep max, and because that's what they measure strength by. So someone who doesn't train the exact lift for a week or two, yeah, their 1 rep max might go down. But that's not what strength is. Strength is your body's ability to produce force. And in that exact exercise, that's a skill. Training 1 rep max is practice. It's a skill. And it takes way more than just muscle force, right? It's limb length. It's your technique, your form. How proficient are you? How practiced are you at this movement pattern? That's a skill, right? So that's what a lot of people think is strength, but it's only partly strength. A lot of it is a skill as well. So I decided for squats, instead of doing what I did in the past, which was tie a weight belt around my waist and like hold weight and use really little light weights and make it difficult, I decided, you know what, just put the bar on my back like a big boy. I don't think this movement is perfect. And I think I was trying to tweak it to find like a movement pattern that felt more perfectly aligned. I do think that barbell back squat puts a little bit more stress for me on my glutes and hamstrings and like back, I guess. But it's the closest thing I got. It's a good exercise. It's great. So I'm going to stick with this, and you can notice, I only have 1 plate each side. Yeah. That's because of how slow I'm performing this and how much tension is on my muscles that more weight, I would just fail very fast. So that was me hitting failure. Honestly, I probably should have tried to come up from the bottom there, but I was reaching a really high point of stress that I thought, I'm not really going to be able to come up from this, but it would have been worth trying, right? So that was also a new best in terms of reps and time. So I tracked my weight reps and my time, because if I contracted my muscles for a few more seconds against the same weight, even if I didn't get a full rep, that's still a bit of progress, right? And I've gone over this before, how since most of my exercises are only like between 5 to 7 reps, for me to get a whole rep each workout, that's like a humongous increase, right? That's like a 15% increase in progress. So that's kind of unrealistic. But pressing for another 3 seconds, 5 seconds, that's something measurable, tangible, and something that can be expected, because probably about every 10 to 20 seconds more, I get a whole nother rep anyway. So right now I'm putting the bar back up. I put it on top of my squat rack. Next exercise is hamstring curls. So hamstring curls did not progress by about 10 seconds or so. And I believe that's because the hamstrings are used hamstrings, I guess, would be used a little bit more in back squats. That's my hypothesis as of today, but I will continue this workout and see if I can break through some more plateaus. But so far, so good. These are my new shoes. I didn't really mention that, but I got some new NOBULL high top shoes. I've really been liking NOBULL high tops right now. I have they're like a tan, I think they're called Wild Desert Storm or something, I don't know. And I have another pair that's black, and the bottoms are like red, gray, white, and they're and also like in the wild collection. Anyway, I'm getting ready for hamstring curls. I got to adjust my bench. You see how I have that other bench on the back there? I'm moving it off right now. I use that to weigh it down. So that bench actually will pop up when I have 3 plates on it for quad extension. So I have to weigh it down with something in the back. So I put the my other bench on it. Yeah, this bench I'm touching right now, I paid $70 for this, and I got it from Facebook Marketplace. Somebody in my area was selling it almost a year ago, and it's been a huge addition to my home gym. If you're training at home and you want to train legs, I highly, highly, highly recommend you buy some kind of bench like this with the leg extension and leg curl attachment. That's invaluable. I was really frustrated for a while trying to come up with quad exercises and hamstring exercises, but this allows you to progressively overload and feels just like doing a hamstring curl or a quad extension that you would at a gym. So this exercise, I'm using the same weight as before, 65 pounds, and I will contract my muscles and perform repetitions until I can no longer get a full rep, and then I will continue to contract until the resistance overcomes my hamstring muscles and forces them to lengthen completely. So that's how I go about this exercise. This workout, although it's very short, it's only about 18 minutes long. Pointing right here at my wound, right? I have a little blood cut myself during the setup around my rack. I have a metal rod sticking out that I just clipped at my knee, so got a little cut. Anyway, this workout, although it was short, took me about 18 minutes. It was very intense. Felt pretty nauseous after it, to be honest. Because it's not about how much work you're doing. It's about performing muscle contractions until a point of muscle failure. I just saw a video. I'm going to do a remix on it on Instagram where this guy, instead of calling it muscle failure, he called it muscle success. And I really liked that because, like he said, you're training this muscle to the point where it can no longer perform a positive repetition or a positive contraction to the resistance. And that's success, right? That's you getting the most bang for your buck, recruiting as many muscle fibers as possible, and that's the most efficient training you could possibly do. So a lot of people get mad at the concept of muscle failure. They think that I'm overemphasizing it, overstating it, and really it takes a certain amount of volume to see results and blah, blah, blah. Well, those people haven't tried this. And if they have, they didn't stick with it long enough or didn't seek out learning and getting better, right? So I felt the same way until I actually tried this and saw the results myself. So in training 20 minutes a week, I'm now getting at least the same, but I would say better results than I was training 5 days a week for an hour every day. I was tired doing that. I felt tired, but this is targeting the muscle directly by its function with most of my exercises and progressing every time. So, it's going to come down to how you measure progress. And a lot of people who train several days a week, they don't actually expect to make progress. You really kind of lose out on that concept of, wow, I actually should be improving, by weight, by reps. People do it in the beginning. As a beginner, as a new lifter, they'll be making progress fast like that. A lot of times it's because their body is making neurological gains, which just means that your brain, your spinal cord is learning how to move your body in that exact motor pattern for that exact exercise. And so you can put more weight on it, say for like a barbell bench press. You're practicing that lift. Your body is very sensitive when you're a beginner to movements that you're doing. And so you can get stronger, or the appearance of strength. You can get stronger faster by putting more weight on the bar. However, your muscles haven't really caught up to that. And so it also leaves you a chance of injury. So you're increasing your your strength and your skill, like I said before, when you perform a lift over and over, specifically technical lifts like barbell bench, squat, deadlift, other lifts, so like Olympic lifts, stuff like that. It's very technical, and as your skill improves, you will be able to move more weight. Calf raises here, still at 3 plates. I'm about to add some more weight to this because this set lasted about 1:40 or so. I need to check my logbook again, but it was big progress, about 5 to 10 seconds of progress on this. So, when it comes to training, you don't necessarily need to train as soon as possible from the last session, right? If I train on a Monday and I feel pretty good on a Thursday, I don't have to train that day. You could wait till Friday. You could wait till Saturday. A lot of people see training as you're losing gains on the days you're taking off and in between workouts. And that's not the case. You're giving your body a chance to recover, and then on past the recovery gets a chance to actually adapt and put more muscle tissue on the existing muscle. So it's important to take those days off, and it's important to understand that you can stimulate progress by training once every several days or weeks. If I trained my legs once every 20 days and I saw progress each time, does that make you mad? Does that make you upset? Why is that bad? Like, when you're not training, you're just stagnating, you're staying still, or you might be recovering from the last time. So it's not a bad thing, but to stay between workouts and not be training. So anyway, hopefully this gives you an idea and helps you think about training differently. Every time you do train and get to train, you want to be fresh and recovered so that you can put forth your best and actually improve. It's not a big deal if you take several days or even weeks between sessions. It's like if you took weeks between playing football, you could still get better. It might just not be what you hoped it would be in terms of the frequency. But here's my post-workout flex. I'm not sure what I weigh. I need to weigh myself, but 167, somewhere in there. So far, so good. I'm going to keep training this routine, let you guys know how it goes. It's been working for me so far. It's all about training hard. It's not about how much work you do. You're trying to make your muscles reach a certain threshold of stimulus, which increases as you push yourself to failure. So thanks guys for watching. Like, share, comment, subscribe.